Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, it is going to be a storytelling video. I'll be telling you the story of how I started from scratch and build my career. It will be like a career progression journey with real life examples. What are the things that I have faced? What are the companies I have changed? How I got my first job, where I am now, all these stories. So to tell you this story, I have to start right when I completed my college. So, as some of you might know, I have done BE Computer Science from Bangalore. Bangalore is a place which is very close to my heart because, yeah, I spend most of my time there. And also, as you know, I have got year back also while I'm doing the engineering. And so I have spent more than 4 years there and also another years for writing my backlogs and stuff. So I have spent a long time there before coming to Bangalore. So Bangalore is always close to my heart. The people there are very nice, and especially the language that they speak, right? The Tulu language. It's so fun language. The way they speak is, I don't know if you can be angry in that language because whoever I see, they speak very sweetly, and also there is a fun touch to that language. You know how people speak and then yeah, a lot of things. I really can't recall all of the words that I've learned at that time, but I have had a lot of Mangalore friends and they taught me a lot of stuff. Even today when somebody speaks in Tulu, I understand what they're speaking, but I won't be able to reply them. Yeah, so coming back to our story, or starting our story, I did my computer science and engineering from Mangalore. I spent a lot of time there, and as I said, this will be a career progression story. I have to add a little bit of the Mangalore stuff here because in between, while I was doing my second year in engineering, I got year back, and there was a 1 year gap which I have to use in some way. So at that time, I thought that that was the first time I was making a resume for myself, and there is a company in Mangalore which is called as Emphasis, and they focus more on customer service and software development also, I believe. But at that time I was not having any degree or anything, and with just 10 plus 2 experience, not experience, education, I will be suitable for only a customer service job. So what I did was, after I got the year back, I made a CV. I just took a random template from the internet, and what I'm saying is before maybe 12 or 13 years. Okay, so you have to have that thing in mind. So there used to be a lot of internet cyber cafes and stuff, so I had to go there. I made my CV, and it was very plain because I don't have an experience. All I have to do is add templated text on top in the objective, then education, which is pursuing did BE computer science. So I had gone for this interview in Mangalore. Then yeah, there is a thing why I'm telling you this story. Okay, I know I started my digital marketing career far, after 2-3 years from this incident, but I went for that interview, and they had close to 3 to 4 interview rounds, aptitude test, then face to face with somebody, and then I really can't recall all of it, but you get the point, right? Yeah. So I have attended 3 to 4 interviews there, and I cleared all of it. And there was one last interview round which was to be taken by probably the HR. I'm not sure. He some kind of a manager. Okay, so all of this was done, and I went there in the morning, and it was almost night, 7 or 8 p.m., and I was waiting there for this final round to happen. And that is when the HR asked me, what is your expected CTC? I didn't know what was CTC at that time, and she just told me. I had no clue because I'm a fresher, and I'm a complete fresher into interview itself, not even job. Into the interview itself, I was complete fresher. So the HR itself told me that your what she's putting there will be 1.1 LPA, 1,10,000 rupees per year. That's the CTC. And I asked her how much will be the monthly salary. She said me it will be close to 10,000 rupees per month. And it was the first time when I was seeing a big number. At that point of time, it was a very big number for me, 1.1 lakh, close to my name. Okay, so that was very exciting thing. I was very much excited and was imagining all of these things, when I'm getting 10,000 rupees per month, what am I gonna do with it, and all those stuffs. So it was very exciting thing. And yeah, to give you a bit of information, this mic, it costed me 12,000. And at that time, I did not know that I'll be someday purchasing a mic, just a mic for the amount which will be more than the monthly salary of me at that point of time. So later, I think close to 8:30 or something, the manager had come in, and he sat in the cabin, and HR told me to go for the interview. That will be the final round. And I was like, okay, this is almost done because I've cleared all these rounds and stuff, so I'll just go and get it done with and start getting 10,000 rupees per month in the coming months. So I went to the cabin. He looked at me. He said, you may leave. I asked him, what? Why? Because I was in utter shock. But I should have seen it coming. The reason was I was wearing a V-neck t-shirt. That was the reason why I got rejected. And I did not know. I mean, he did not say anything. He just said that you may leave. That's it. And after coming out, it was 13 years back, 12 years back, and I had too less of a confidence to question him, why are you doing this, you need to give me the answer and all those stuffs, right? So I came out of the cabin, and I was just walking slowly. I don't know why. And without me asking itself, the HR told me, it's because of your t-shirt that you got rejected. And the HR saw me standing there, and also she saw me from the morning itself that I was in the same t-shirt when I was attending all these rounds and stuff. So they never told me anything. Okay. And before I went to the interview, the final interview also, she saw me in this. Actually, it might not be their responsibility to do it, but they just told me that it is because of your t-shirt that you got rejected. I said, okay, thank you very much for your time, bye. So that was my the first experience in attending an interview, and that was how close I got to a actual job when I got here back. And after that, I did not do much of interviewing stuff at that time. Maybe after, because it's a whole year, right? So you have much months coming later. And then I asked one of my friend who was not employed at that point of time I told him, let's go to Bangalore and see what's there job wise. So I came to Bangalore, and it was the first time I was coming to Bangalore. And I had a friend named Unni, and he found a PG for me to stay, and we both stayed there, me and my friend. Okay, and the funding from home was very less for us to survive in Bangalore. But still, I don't like to live a low life even at that point of time. Even when I don't have money also, I don't like living as a person who don't have money. Maybe that's the reason why I was so keen to earn a salary or earn money. That was the major goal, because I wanted to live a life which is bigger than the actual reality. So I was, that's the main motive for me to look for jobs and stuff. So I came to Bangalore. So one day I learned from somewhere that there is a company called as 24/7.ai, and they do the customer service and stuff like the one which the Bangalore company had done. So I went there for interview, and I was very confident. I don't know, somehow I was very confident. I started watching English series at that time, and I believed that my English at that time was good. So I went for this interview and understood that it is a non-voice process. All you have to do is chat, not voice or anything. So I'm covered there, and I attended their aptitude test. Even there, it was like I had gone in the morning and have to stay till evening. But on the same day, end of the day, after all the interviews and stuff, they told me that I got the job and they'll be sending the offer letter very soon. I was very happy because this was the second interview that I attended and I got the job, right? So I went back to the place where we are living, me and my friend. And the next day I got fever, and on the day after that I saw some of these small bulges coming, liquidy bulges coming on my skin. I got chicken pox, and a decision was made there that even this time, even in this year back, I'm not gonna work. So I have to rush back to my hometown the next day. And that was my job searching at that point of time. And then then the time just went, and I completed my engineering. But still I had a lot of backlogs, but I completed engineering, meaning I completed my final year, the fourth year of engineering. And the final exams were on July, I think July 1 or 2 or something. But on July 11 or 10, I reached Bangalore. The next week itself, I reached Bangalore because I need to earn money, because I wanted to live a better life than what I was doing at that time, right? And the college life, towards the end, it was very, there wasn't enough money for me to survive there. And the place where we used to live was, I had to sleep on the floor and stuff. And it's not very dramatic or anything. People normally do that at that time. And not just me, whoever was staying in that, we had one cot, but most of them we used to sleep on the floor. And the main problem was, I was not staying in a PG, it was a rented apartment, and we have to cook our own food, right? So that was an issue. And I used to eat only once in a day. And how I used to eat that is, there used to be a lot of agents there who sends people or students for catering work. All I have to do is wear their uniform and go to these places, stand behind the counter, and just serve them food. Okay. So I did that multiple times, and I used to get paid 150 rupees per catering. So I used to get that. And also the best part is that we can eat how much ever we want after everything is done. So yeah, towards the end of engineering, the scene was like this. So I had to make money, and that's the reason why I rushed to Bangalore as soon as I was done with the engineering course. So I came to Bangalore, and even this time Unni was there. I stayed with him in his place. I did not pay any rent. There might be people like this in your life who, when you don't have anything and they don't expect anything from you, and they just allow you to allow you to stay at their place or give you food and stuff, right? So it was very good for him to do that. And that was, first it was Unni, and I stayed with him like close to a month. And then another friend of mine, who's Diljit, who's even today is my friend, and we stay kind of close. And yeah, so he also did the same to me. I was searching for a job, and he told me that I can stay in his place. So I stayed there, and because of these people, life was a little bit easier, that I don't have to worry about the rent that I have to pay. So yeah, I will always be thankful to them. And then when I was staying in that place, I went for interview in the same company which I went before, 24/7.ai. I attended the interview, and I knew the whole process, right? So I was very confident that I'll get the job. I got the job, but they told me that the offer letter will be coming a bit late. So maybe close to a month I have to wait. But I was just waiting for that. I did not attend any other interview. But friends started having this doubt that, will you get the offer letter, or are you just wasting time? But finally I got the offer letter and I started working there. It was night shift, it was tough, but I think that I have worked in close to 5 companies now in the 9 years of time, and the most fun place, I think it was 24/7.ai. The people there, the vibe there, everything was so cool. But the salary was very less. When I say less, it was 16,000 per month, and but we had a good good vibe there. Like I said, it only that mattered at that point of time. And when I look back, the salary was less, but we had mental peace of mind was there. So that place will always be close to my heart. And during that time, like I said, it was a night shift, right? So I'll be getting 2 offs also, but it is not necessary that it's Sunday and Monday, sorry, Saturday and Sunday. So what I did was, this was 10 years back, I guess. So there is a company which started renting out gearless scooters like Dio, Activa, Access, and all those things in Bangalore. It was called Vogo bikes. So what I did was, I mean, the price was very less at that time, very less. They were just starting in Bangalore and the price was very less. So what I did was, I take these scooters, and I mean, it will be like, 4 or 5 hours I'll be taking it, or maybe for the full night or day. And I signed up on the app called Rapido. Even that was new at that time. Today we know Rapido is very popular, but I signed up on that as a captain, which means that I'll be the one who rides the scooty, right? So on off days, I do that. I don't have a bike of my own, but I have Vogo bikes, so I just take that, and at night I go, because daytime I'll be sleeping so that my cycle is properly, sleep cycle is proper. So at night I used to roam in this, and people used to book, and I used to take them, drop them. But the money that I get from this is very less, maybe 200-300 rupees per night. So yeah, that was fun. And then I understood that after very close to completing of 1 year in 24/7.ai, I understood that this is not viable for a very long time, so I have to do something. And the reason why I did not go into IT is because like I said, I did not complete my backlogs, right? I did not write it, and I did not finish it. So I was looking for these careers and stuff, and I think this part of the story, I think I have told it in one of my previous videos, that I was just looking in Google and searching for, which is the best career for somebody who likes to travel. That was one thing at that time where, I was looking, 10 years back, I searched for something called as digital nomad. Digital nomad, everybody today knows that, but at that time it was very new. And there used to be a lot of things like, graphic designing, digital marketing, photography, where people can do this freelancing and thing, right? And at that time, one guy who was in my college, he posted there was no WhatsApp status at that time. It was an Instagram story, I guess, which had a computer screen, and the whole thing looked very nice, the office space and stuff. And I asked him, what do you do? He told me he does SEO. Then I started Googling what is SEO and stuff. What is SEO? I'm Googling. What an irony. Yeah, I did that, and I understood what is SEO. Then okay, I understood that it comes in a bigger umbrella of digital marketing. So I looked for places where they teach digital marketing, and I found one which is very close to my PG, and it was in Marthali. My company was also very close, and one perk of living close to that company was I don't have to, the transport amount is there, right? So I get that added to my salary, and I get that. It might be 3,000 or 4,000, but that's a very good amount for me at that time. So I went to this institute, Digital Marketing Institute, and it was a 3 months course, but the timing was in the evening. So I have to get up around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just rushed to this institute for learning digital marketing. Once I complete that 2 hours there, I have to rush back to PG, then have food, whatever is available, then rush to the company. So My PG is here. I have to go to the institute. All these are by walk, and it's not too much of a distance. Maybe one or 1.5 kilometers. I have to walk to this, walk back. Then from here, I have to walk to 24/7. So that's how it used to be, and I'll be working till late night, and I'll be coming back. Then even at that time, the sleep was a problem for me. It's very hard for me to get sleep at that time, and even today also. But these days it's better, because once I get sleep, I'll be like, 6 7 not 6 7 7 8 hours I'll be sleeping peacefully. So yeah, that's how it was at that company and institute kind of a life. And once I'm done with the digital marketing thing, I told the 24/7.ai that I need to leave, as I completed 1 year there, and I told them that I have to change my career to digital marketing, and they were okay. They were okay with it, and they told me one thing, that in case if you change your mind and you don't find digital marketing to be very good, you are welcome anytime. That was very nice for them to tell me. But the my one of my roommate at that time in PG was my friend from college itself. His name is Nitul. And Nitul, if you're watching this video, do comment something on the comment section so that people can see who you are, or you're real. Yeah, so Nitul was there. He got a job in a IT company, IT company in Bangalore. It was in Kasturi Nagar, and there happened to be a opening for a digital marketer, and the manager who will be hiring is his friend. So he, recommended my name to him and gave my resume. I was right off. I just completed the digital marketing thing, right? So this guy called me. The manager from there called me, and he spoke to me for some time. Then he told me he's okay with it, and he just told me to come for an interview. And I went there. I attended the interview. I got the job, and the pay was 18,000. And after I joined, this guy who hired me had left the organization, and even Nitul also left the organization, because he got a better package or better company. So I was there, and that company, it was more of uh, e-learning and stuff. They had a lot of, I said it was an IT company, right? It was an IT consulting company who happened to have a e-learning platform also. So I was working on the e-learning platform with SEO and stuff. And after working there for 1.5 months or close to 2 months, I understood that there are a lot of politics that was going on, and I did not know what was politics until that time, because I was not exposed to anything like that, and in 24/7 I did not have anything like that. And after 2 months, I went there. Um I went to the office, and I was just sitting there, and one of the manager at that time, not the guy who hired me, had called me to his office. He told me it is just one month, 1.5 month, okay, and I was just starting with the career. So he told me, we don't need your service anymore. That's what he told me, okay. And that was a big shocker for me. And all I asked him was, what about the salary of this month? He told me that I will get it. I'll be getting that on time, because that was the only thing that came to my mind. And I understood that they have planned it in such a way that, if they had called me and told me this, I would have just absconded with their laptop or things like that. People think in multiple ways, right? So after that, I just gave back their resources, the laptop and stuff, and just came down. And one employee from there also accompanied me, who happened to be a friend at that time, and he just walked with me. I had nothing to talk. There was a tea shop nearby, and I just went there, ordered a tea. I gave one to him also. And it was, I was completely blank. I did not know what to do. I did not call anybody, but I was just blank. That was happening for the first time, right? And we stood there in silence for some time, and he left from there. And I just looked back to the company and understood that I won't be coming back to this place again. that's it. And then I took a bus. I did not take an Uber. I took a bus back to the PG. I just went to the PG and sat on the bed for some time. And I was thinking what I should do. I called my friend Nitul and I told him that this had happened. And he also felt that it was unfortunate. And I did not know what to do. And then I was thinking, should I go back to 24/7.ai? And after that, I went to my hometown. And one day, the same guy, Nitul, had called me. He told me there is a new digital marketing opening in his new company. And he told he knows the manager and he will arrange a interview. And the same night, I was out that day in my hometown with my friends, and I got this call from the manager, and he spoke to me for 40 minutes straight, and he was just explaining all those things, and I said, yeah, I'm very much interested in this. And the next day I had a very formal interview that was also via phone, and they said that I got the job and my pay was 22,000, and I was very happy. I did not. I mean, I was not in the mood to apply for any other job or anything at that time. I was just roaming in my hometown. I was feeling very bad, but this thing happened, and then again I came back to Bangalore and joined this new company. So it was a company where they sent students abroad for studies and stuff. So mostly it was everything in digital marketing, like SEO, uh, paid advertisements on social media, mostly Instagram and Facebook. So in that company, I have learned a lot, and because I mean there was no other option, right? I have to learn it, and even at that time, there was an interest for me to build websites. Also, I used to build websites when I was in uh, eighth standard, eighth or ninth. I started building websites because I really liked it at that time. It wasn't very mainstream, but I just, I go to the cyber cafes because I don't have much internet. And from there, there is a website called as WikiHow, and in that, it will be explained how to create a website and all those things. I used to take screenshots of that WikiHow pages and go back to home and uh, work on that. When I say taking screenshots, I meant that I took printouts of those screens from the cafe, cyber cafe, and went back home and do all those stuffs. And some of the time I used to do it from mobile itself. I don't know how I did it at that time, but when you have no other way, we have to find some way, right? So I did that. And yeah, this company, I learned a lot of stuffs from there. Instagram, I mean, we I had to do everything there. So I did paid advertisements on Instagram mostly because we are targeting these students who would like to go abroad, right? That SEO, and I built a website also there. So that 1 year which I worked there was very good. I learned everything possible because I mean I had to do it. I made use of my time there, and I was staying with my friends there. Even Nitul was there, and it was at that time. Actually, I have too much of liking towards cars and bikes. In my previous videos, if you have noticed, you will see. I mean, currently I'm having an ADV 390, and before I had a Mojo. Before that, it was R15 V3 and stuffs, right? So the reason why I'm telling is because at that time I learned how to ride a bike when I was in seventh standard. I was too much interested in these stuffs, okay? And whenever somebody comes to my house, my friend or somebody, I had a very bad habit of taking their bike for a very short spin. When I look back at it today, I wasn't very mature at that point of time to, understand that it is their bike and I shouldn't do that. But I did that. I don't feel really good about it. But I was very much interested, very much enthusiastic about bikes and cars. And always I had this thing in my mind that I need to have one of my own. And it was at that time first time I told my house, my mom, that I wanted a bike, and she had some gold, and she did something with that and gave me 50,000 rupees. And it was, I mean, I feel very bad thinking about it, but yeah, I got the money and I found a ad on OLX. Me and my friend Samir had gone to see the bike. It was a R15 V2, and we have no idea, no clue about how to check how a bike is, but we just trusted the people and took the bike. And turns out it had a lot of electrical issues and stuff, but that was my first bike, R15 V2. But later on, I went on to change that, then purchase a new R15 V3, then I sold it. Then I bought a Mojo, and along with Mojo, I bought a Yamaha FZ16, FC16, and then I sold the Mojo. Then I bought a this thing, KTM Adventure 390. So all of these things happened in later years. But yeah, I bought my first bike at that point of time. So I used to go in that bike to the company. It was really fun. After I completed 1 year there, I suddenly got a call from a company. It was BMW. It was like, it was very good. That call itself was really nice. They said that it's BMW, and they're starting a new office in Whitefield, and if you're interested, you can attend the interview. Then I was definitely interested. I told the HR that we have to come and all that. And this interview was very casual, and that interview happened in UB City on top in Cafe Noir, and I went there and I had the interview with the HR and the manager, and I was selected, and I left from this company. Then I started with BMW, and they were setting up everything from scratch, the showroom and stuff. So I was acting as a marketing person, because there was no marketing manager or marketing head that at that time. I was the only person in marketing, so I had to deal with a lot of stuffs there, and I learned too many stuffs from there. Even offline activities like setting up events, branding, everything. It was a very fun time, and learning all those things was great. And there it was mostly lead generation, and as it was a luxury segment, I had to do a lot of audience segmentation and stuff. And while it was going on, the best part was we can sit in the car, go in the car, all BMW X4, X7, 7 series. I think it was 7, new 7 series came at that time, the facelift, even X7, the giant kidney grill. All these things. We used to see the new 3 had come in, right? So it had the auto parking and stuff. We used to try that. It was a really fun time at that time. And I had to work on Saturdays. That was the first time when I started working on Saturdays. It was tough, but the learning was good. And all of a sudden, something happened, and the whole world stood still. It was the COVID-19 that had happened. And suddenly, everything changed. Nobody wants to buy a luxury car, and we were not allowed to go out of the house, and lockdown and stuffs happened, right? So that time was a very tough time for the business, for me, for everybody. Yeah, you obviously you know it. So that had happened, and I had to leave this job. And I suddenly, one day, I got a call, and it was an international number. And I got this call, and they told me that they're looking for somebody who, who is a digital marketer, and also who is interested in e-commerce, because their website is an e-commerce website. And you remember the first company I worked, right? 24/7.ai. There, my client was an e-commerce client, and I really liked, that kind of a platform, e-commerce kind of a platform. And this thing came in, and they told me the salary which they are offering to me. The monthly salary which they offered is very much equal to the first job offer which the Bangalore company had offered me. It was a very happy moment for me, and then I had to take the job, right? So that happened, and I was really happy, and I said yes to them. Definitely, why wouldn't I say yes? So I took the job. So the salary jump was really nice, because first thing, it was an international company, and I was really happy about it. I told them yes, and yeah, that's how I reached that company. And I think the video has become so much lengthy, and if you guys are interested in knowing more about this, the career progression, do let me know in the comment section, or just like the video. Once we hit 500 likes on this video, I'll do the part 2 of the story, which will be the final part. And the reason why I'm doing it is because, as you can see, it's a very lengthy video, and if you guys are not interested in hearing these stories, then there is no point of telling these stories, right? So if you're really interested in these stories, there are a lot of stories for me to tell. The college story, that's another whole thing. And the Bangalore story, I mean, not the career story, but whole other different stuffs. And also the stories of my battles that I had internally, things I have to face. There are a lot of stories. If you are interested in hearing more stories, just hit the like button. And like I said, once we hit 500 likes on this video, I'll do the part 2, the final version of this story, where I will be explaining that company, that international company, the next company, and my present company. And I'll also explain what was the growth like. I'll definitely do that. So please do like the video. And I see that you're still watching. Please do subscribe. See, the subscribe button just had a light effect. Yeah, please do subscribe, and I'll be coming up with a lot more videos in the coming days. And one more thing, I am thinking of pivoting a bit on the channel. I might change the channel name and also the type of videos I put, right? It won't be just about digital marketing, but more about life also in Bangalore. So I would like to know your thoughts on that. Please do comment and let me know. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for your time. Bye.